Hi everyone, here's a short video about division of fractions with models and common denominators. We're going to be using models and also common denominators to solve fraction division problems. Remember, division is used when you're finding out how many parts fit into something else, or when you're trying to find the size of a part. So in the first problem right here, Mrs. Meskel needs to use 1/8 teaspoon of vanilla to make her daughter's favorite cookies. If she has half a teaspoon left of vanilla in the bottle, how many batches can she make? So as you can see, the top bar shows 1/2. In this case, this is my dividend because that's how much vanilla Mrs. Meskel is starting with and how much she's going to be splitting up. In each batch of cookies, she needs to use 1/8 teaspoon. So 1/8 goes in one batch, another 1/8 goes in another batch, another 1/8 goes in another batch, and another 1/8 goes in another batch. As you can see from the model, the 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla that Mrs. Meskel has can be easily split up into 1/8 right here, as that piece can fit up here, another 1/8, another 1/8, and another 1/8. So Mrs. Meskel can make 4 batches of cookies. I can now prove my solution by solving the problem using common denominators. I know that 1/2 is equivalent to 4/8, and I chose to use 8ths because my divisor is in 8ths, and when I want to divide right now, I want to have common denominators. I know I can multiply 2 by 4 and 1 by 4 to get that 4/8. Since I have 4/8 divided by 1/8, I know that will equal 4 because I take my numerators, divide them, and 8 divided by 8 is 1. Whenever I have 1 as my denominator, I'm dividing by 1, so that's 4 divided by 1. Whenever you divide by 1, remember you get that same value itself. So now let's move on to the next question over here, where it talks about Miss Nisgoda. Oh, and it's me and Abby. Mrs. Nisgoda has to use 1/3 yard of a pink ribbon to make a bow for Abby's dance costume. Joanne Fabric only had 7/12 of a yard left of the color she needed. How many bows can Mrs. Nisgoda make? So as I look at my model here, I can see that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 pieces, which shows the denominator here, 12. And since 7 are shaded, that's the amount of material I have left. 1/3 of a yard is right here, has to be used for a bow. So I can easily see from the model that this 1/3 I can make out of that 7/12. But then I see these 3 pieces here. Can I make another full bow? The answer would be no, because I would need that 1 extra piece. I have 3 out of the 4 I need. This is why, remember, that little squiggly line means I can make almost 2 bows, but not quite. So my next task now is to make sure that I can prove this mathematically with using common denominators. So as I look at my 2 denominators, 12ths and 1/3, I ask myself, what would be my common denominator for 12 and 3? And the answer, of course, is 12. 12 is a multiple of 3, and 12 obviously is a multiple of 12 because 12 times 1 is 12, and 7 times 1 then is 7. Notice how that first fraction did not change because the denominator didn't change. However, that second fraction is going to change because 3 times 4 equals 12, and so 1 times 4 equals 4. So now all I'm going to do is take my 2 numerators and do 7 divided by 4. 7 divided by 4. Wow, that looks like an improper fraction. I know this line means to divide. So 7 divided by 4 would give me 1 with 3/4 left over. And if you remember, we had 1 piece, 2 piece, 3 pieces out of the 4 I would need to make that bow. So that's why this solution does make sense. 1 3/4. Keep in mind too that when you divide with fractions with a common denominator, since the denominator is the same, 12 divided by 12, you get 1, and any number divided by 1 is itself. So my final answer is not in terms of the 12, it's in terms of the numerator from over here, which is now the denominator here. So how many bows can I make? I can make 1 full bow and 3/4 of another bow. Okay, so now you'll notice that we're moving into a different problem. This particular problem right here shows 3/4, 1, 2, 3 out of 4. That's your dividend. The second bar model shows 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 3/8. So our task right now is to figure out how many 3/8 can fit into 3/4. Just like we did up above, we're going to draw those lines to show how many 3/8 fit into 3/4. Now this one's a little bit different because we're not just dividing by an eighth, we're dividing by 3/8. So this is one whole group. So I'm wondering, could I fit this whole group up onto that shaded section? I sure could. Can I fit this whole group of 3 up here? I certainly could. Could I fit the next? Absolutely not. So I'm going to say there are 2 groups of 3/8 in 3/4. In the box next door, I'm going to now solve this using common denominators. So as I look at my denominators 4 and 8, a common denominator would be 8. I know that 4 times 2 is 8, so whatever I do at the bottom, I do to the top, so 3 times 2 is 6. My second fraction is not going to change at all because it already had a denominator of 8. I have 6/8 divided by 3/8. I take those lovely numerators right here, 6 divided by 3, and I get 2. Again, 8 divided by 8 is 1. Any number divided by 1, like this, is itself. So I'm not even going to write that part right there. I would like to challenge you now to create a story problem about this particular model right up here, this problem. I gave you 2 examples of story problems with Mrs. Meskel's cookies and then my daughter with her bows. See if you can come up with a situation that makes sense and is reasonable. Okay, so now you're moving along with me. Now we're going to take another look at another model. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 pieces, 5 are shaded out of the 6. And I'm going to see how many 1/4 pieces are inside 5, 6, because here's 1 piece out of 4. So we're going to figure out how many of these fit up here. This one's a little bit different from the last one because I'm dividing by a unit fraction. So now what I'm going to see is that this 1/4 piece lines up great with the shaded part up here. This 1/4 lines up great with that piece here. And this 1/4 lines up great right there. So I know that I can have about 3 groups, but I still have that little piece left. So what I'm going to try and do now is come over in the box next door and solve this using a common denominator so I can find out exactly how many groups of 1/4 I can fit into 5/6. I know it's roughly 3 and a little bit more, but I really need to know exactly how much more that is. So as I look over here, I look at my 2 denominators, 6 and 4, and I ask myself, what is the least common multiple of 6 and 4? And in this case, my least common multiple is 12. So I'm going to rewrite each fraction using a denominator 12. Now this is unlike the problems we've done before as well because I have to actually make equivalent fractions for both the dividend, which is I'm doing right now, and also for the divisor. So 4 times 3, 1 times 3, and I get 3. All right, so here's the part where we take the 2 numerators and I say 10 divided by 3. Instead of doing the division horizontal, I'm going to rewrite the division vertical. And I have 10 divided by 3, and then I see 10 divided by 3. I think of it as an improper fraction, and I do 3 1/3. Now, some of you will have no problem thinking about the division and having the denominator not be 12ths but thirds, but for me I like to rewrite it because that way I can make sure that I know that I have 3 wholes with 1/3 left over. And this model is kind of tough to see since it doesn't line up real nice and easy with those equal equal-sized parts. Again, I'm going to challenge you to create a story problem that's appropriate for this model. Okay, so now you are on your own to complete these 3 problems and to create a story problem for each model. Over in the left-hand column, you're going to do your estimation with the model, and then over here you solve with common denominators. Okie dokie. Hopefully you'll have no problem, and I will talk to you soon in person about your work. Have fun!